Brandon.
What's up?
Wait, why can't you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I've been able to hear you the whole time.
Now can you hear me though?
Uh-huh.
Okay, good. Howdy, feller.
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 That's a racial term in my town.
Got some
Are those socks? Are they
Timberland
new?
socks.
Congratulations.
Walmart, baby.
Oh, heck yeah. That's where I work.
I mean Costco.
Ah, shit.
You guys don't have to. Maybe.
Huh?
Costco.
I
Where I
love
get all my
Costco.
clothes.
I get a lot of mine from Costco too, actually.
You have any ideas how to start this?
I thought we'd just pretend like we're playing Overcooked.
We could do that. My other idea was, Ratatouille is a pun with like a rat.
Mm-hmm.
Think of something else with like a cat or a dog thing, but I couldn't think of any puns.
Oh, you mean like Ratatouille?
Yeah, we can't do Ratatouille. Parrots on the pudding.
Baked Alaska king crab.
That's pretty good.
Could you imagine a crab underneath your hat? He'd be able to pull so many things.
Let's do that.
You'd also be bald.
Wait, so you're like a chef and you're really irritated because you're like, fuck. There's a fucking crab under there.
Okay.
And then you keep implying that you want that I should have the baked Alaska. And at the end, I'll just have the crunch.
I'm still gonna play the Overcooked theme for a little bit because I love that theme
welcome
song.
in. Like you're like the welcome in French bistro. So then I say yes, and you're like, you should. I'm like, what's wrong with you?
And then I'll be like, I have.
And then you have a big reveal.
I was trying to think of a pun with an animal with Tourette's.
Ferrets.
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 I have ferrets.
You say that. You sound French.
Clearly.
Okay, I'm ready. No Seth.
No Seth.
Silly boy.
He was having car troubles and he has to leave Tuesday, but he couldn't do anything because all the auto shops are closed today. So then I was like, oh, you can come over then. He's like, no, I'm just going to sit at home and watch basketball. But all the basketball games ended at 4, and I was like, you can come over. And then he didn't.
Yeah, he hates rats.
That's what it is.
Let's fuck it.
Okay. Are you ready?
Brandon, I am.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, play.
Yes, a wonderful dining experience I'm here for today. Let's see.
Welcome in. Thank you for dining at this fine dining Wendy's restaurant.
Oh, wait. I did not realize this was a Transylvanian restaurant.
It is.
I see.
We serve classic Transylvania cuisine.
Beautiful.
Now, what do you want to eat?
Well, I've just been heard a lot of raving reviews about this place. What's wrong? Are you okay? Are you the chef?
I am the chef. And
I see. And the waiter.
And I'm fine.
You just seem pretty jerky. Ooh. Ow. Yeah.
Please don't call me a jerk. I'm the chef here. And
jerky.
Yeah, or like Steve Urkel.
Okay. Yes.
So what would you? I'm sorry for the rude. What can I get you to eat?
What would you suggest as the chef and waiter combo of this fine dining place?
Normally, I would say, we've got a great filet with a twice baked confit potato,
Ooh.
a nice blueberry beurre blanc sauce coming over the top, and some roasted seasonal vegetables.
Oh.
However, tonight
Hurting you to say this.
we're gonna do the baked Alaskan king crab. It's a take on baked Alaska with king crab.
Well, I appreciate the suggestion, but since we are in Transylvania, landlocked location, I'm gonna just go with the Alfredo, please.
Sounds good. We did it.
We didn't reveal. Spoiler: there's a crab under Brandon's hat.
There's an Alaskan king crab under my hat.
Yeah, there was. It was pinching him.
Coincidence, maybe not. That intro was the exact length of the Overcooked theme song. Like it ended that second.
We didn't even try.
And the top comment says, "My wife said it's like if Ratatouille got fired." Lol.
My wife.
Oh, Sacha Baron Cohen and Isla Fisher are getting divorced.
Yeah, I think they've been getting divorced.
They have been.
He'd been getting in trouble. And we've been reviewing movies, my friend.
And there might be a World War III.
Oh, yeah, that's also perpetual.
That's on the brink, like very close. But we're doing movies.
Yeah, while the world burns, let's kick our feet up, relax, and talk in depth about a movie for a couple hours.
I think that's a great plan, and I've got questions to kick it off.
Yeah, let's do it.
First one, do you like birds? Specifically, Bradbirds.
Oh, Bradbirds. Yeah. I do like that fellow, yes. Yeah.
What about just the birds?
And the birds. I like the birds.
Just you're a fan of like pretty much birds across the board. Got it.
Aviaries.
Aviation, electromagnetic energy.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Yeah, I am working on that. Dang, yeah.
Next, do you like fine cuisine?
Oh, well, I don't really participate all that often, I guess. I like to say that I do have a little knowledge of it. Oui. How about you?
I was never like huge on fancy foods, but come like around COVID, I watched a lot of cooking shows. I cooked a lot more. Christmas time is here. I cooked a lot more. Then I started to really branch out my things as I cooked and whatnot. Wanted to try different flavors, so I would say so.
Yeah. And it's what spawns everyone together. I think fine dining. Those from the highest of the elites to the lowest of the impoverished can enjoy some nice caviar and duck. And
I've got one more question for you.
Ooh.
Do you like peasants?
Peasants?
Yeah.
Now you're talking my language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because peasants go to Montessori.
I side with the proletariat.
Well, if you've answered yes to liking birds, specifically Bradbirds, fine dining cuisine, or peasants, you've come to the right place. This is the final, the good, the bad, the movies of season 9 million.
Oh my God.
We've been doing this for so long.
Ever. Yeah, that's a good run here. And I'm Lucas.
And I'm Brandon. And it's just us two. That's the mantra of season 9. There weren't any guests.
Just the two of us.
And honestly, with just the two of us, we can make it if we try. And so, before we get into things, we're drinking beers today.
I got this. I can't read, but I'm drinking. It's backwards, but it tastes pretty good. A little
Don't
sour.
don't drink hydrogen peroxide
Why not?
because it's better if you take it rectally, like an enema.
Is that true?
Yeah.
What even doesn't say not to drink?
Does it say not to put it in your butt?
It does say that.
Shit. I've
What are
been
you
doing
drinking?
that wrong.
Pimpini?
I've got beer, I've got water, I've got soda, I've got tea, I've got lemonade, I've got
What's
ices,
what do you
I've
got
got
on you?
ciders, I've got wine, I've got kookapoo. I got kookapoo. You know that show Floribama Shore, like the Jersey Shore
Mm-hmm.
spinoff, but with the people
Yeah.
from Floribama. Uh,
Yeah.
Kodai. His family makes a recipe of an alcoholic drink called kookapoo. It's got like Kool-Aid and vodka and gin or rum or something in there and some fruit and
That sounds like a delight.
yeah, it does. But I'm actually just drinking water. I'm on a cleanse.
Oh, okay. I would like to cleanse along with you, but again, a child stole my hydro flask, so
Still, it's day 22 for me. I am like just last night,
he's
maybe 11
lying.
o'clock, started to
Yeah.
notice like a slight sore throat. And now today, my resting heart rate's like 120 something. I've got a
Ah,
headache. I'm
it's
sore around
sick.
my bodies. I'm getting little chills. I'm just like, what happened to me and when?
Oh, it seems like when we did our podcast last week, I might have given you my illness.
Yeah, virtually. I hate you every day
And then
for
we
it.
kissed. Yeah. And so that stinks. Luckily, well, unfortunately for you, we're gonna record it all right here in a row. We're not gonna take any breaks or anything.
And
That was a cough.
we're gonna push through. And so today for a movie, we have
Movies.
got
Get a Mooney.
a Mooney, our masterpiece for the Pet Pals. It is Ratatouille from 2007. Now, before you're like, hold up,
Not a
that's not
pet.
pet. It is like people own rats as pets, and it's
Well,
fine.
he's not a pet though.
No, he's his own person, but it's animal based and animals that can be pets.
Was Dougal? Let's go through this. Was Dougal? Let's go
Dougal
through
was
I
bad,
mean,
is what we're doing.
as a retrospective, what was our first film, and were they under the control of a human?
Florence owned Dougal.
Was that the first of the month?
Yeah. Then G
Lawrence did own
Force.
Dougal.
Ben did adopt
G-Force,
and
yeah,
rescue
he
all
was
of
like
them.
their program director. They count though. What about the
Hotel for
next one?
Dogs, yes. 100%.
Yeah, that's all. And now Ratatouille,
Now
who
this seems more like it's not an ownership, it's like a symbiotic
it's like
relationship.
it's like a restaurant thing they got going on here.
They've got a little game of like cat and
I know.
mouse.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
interesting. That's 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 brilliant, and it's interesting because you've never worked in a restaurant, Brandon, that I know of.
Cold Stone.
Cold Stone.
Yeah, just a Cold Stone.
But even there, I worked at a handful of restaurants. Even with my coworkers, it's not like they own me. I mean, they hit me and call me names, but it's more in like a chummy fashion instead of like a ownership fashion. So I think that's the thing to notice in this. They're making a restaurant
Correct.
in Ratatouille. Did we say the name of the movie?
We did. And I said the year 2007. Except if you end up being the owner of the restaurant and then that rat is said
Fuck,
employee of yours, then you do
because I
own them.
kind of was like the owner's pet. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a gray area. But we're doing
But
it
we're
anyway. We
we're
can't pivot now.
we're counting it
Yep.
and one
And so,
and
with
one.
that, and one, the last day of the NBA season, your Wolves
We suck.
fell to 3.
It'll be a fun playoffs against the Suns, who just whooped us up.
Yep. And UFC 300. Great. You fell asleep last night.
I did after the Gaethje one. I fell asleep. Went to
This
sleep.
was the best night of UFC I've ever seen.
Wow,
Literally everything.
that's high praise.
Yeah. So,
So if you no spoilers, But a guy got hit in the head really hard.
Yeah,
A
that
handful of
might
them
have
did.
spoiled something.
A couple of them did. And some ladies too. Don't forget about them.
Did you hear that one of the ladies got choked out and went unconscious as the timer went off as the round ended, but because it was after the bell, she was able to get back up and keep fighting?
That's sick.
Yeah. It's like, is this legal?
Yeah, they probably should just stop that.
But let's get into a movie. How about? Because there's a lot about this movie, a lot.
Okay.
Director,
Yeah. They
you
have
know
these
him,
in
you
movies.
love him, you've met him,
I have not. I
you
wish.
worship him.
I do.
His name is
Bad.
Brad Bird.
Brad Bird. The
He went to
Bird.
your high school.
He did. He did go to Flathead High School. I believe I've looked into this. I think he moved when he was a freshman. So I think when he went to a year of Flathead when I was probably like a first grader or some shit.
So you guys were pretty tight.
Pretty tight. We actually dated the same girls, and he was pretty cool back then. We all knew him as Braddy Bird, the little guy making cartoons, and he always said one day I'm gonna win Oscars, man. And then we'd be like, "You, Brad Bird, Braddy little bird," and then here he is. But no, that didn't happen.
And then
He's an
he
acclaimed
soared
Pixar
and
man.
flew away.
He's an acclaimed Pixar director with such films unlike Pixar as The Iron Giant franchise.
Oh, it's so good. The Iron
Makes you
Giant
cry.
is so good. He's also done 2 episodes of The Simpsons. He did Tomorrowland.
One of the most expensive flops of all time.
Correct. He did Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, the film that brought the Mission Impossibles back. Those films fucking rocked. I loved them. And
The
then
one that got Mission Impossible back on, they say.
yeah, that's pretty much just what I said. Yeah. And then
Yeah.
his 2
It rocked.
other Pixar films, The Incredibles and The Incredibles 2.
It's a pretty fucking good track record.
It's pretty limited too. There's not a lot.
What's he got coming down the pipeline? Do you know?
I don't know. But I do know that there's another director, Lucas.
It's you're wrong, and it's called Ray Gun, which is coming out soon.
Interesting. There's a second director that was the original creator, but then the project never finished, and so Brad Bird took it over and changed it. But his name is
fuck him.
John Pincava. Jan maybe, and probably Jan Pincava, and he did that short Jerry's Game, the chess Pixar short. He did Windy Day, which is a short. He did Son of Jaguar, which is a short, and he did Piggy, which is a short. That's basically it.
So he doesn't really count.
Yeah, exactly. Short. He's short, and he didn't finish
5'10".
Shit.
Don't matter.
Shit.
What?
I'm under 5'10".
That's right. Targeted.
All right, take it over. I guess I'm done. I don't matter anymore.
The movie is written by Andrew Stanton. Is he one of them?
No.
Okay.
The writers are Brad Bird. He's done the same minus Mission Impossible. He didn't write that. But then he also wrote 10 episodes of Family Dog and something called Batteries Not Included.
Interesting.
Jan Pincava, he wrote the same as he did, minus Son of Jaguar and Piggy, but he wrote a different short called Buggy Night.
Good. It's good.
There's a lot of writers actually, and none of them have like an extensive stuff, but they've all got something in there. Jim
Pixar boys.
Capobianco.
Excuse you, Brandon.
Yeah, sorry. Thanks. He's done The Lion King, The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Well, I didn't. Shakespeare wrote The Lion King, and I'm pretty sure Alexandre Dumas wrote The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Well, those are animated adaptations to the original works of art.
They don't.
Yes. I mean, Shakespeare probably gets credit for Lion King on his IMDb, but
Yeah, story
this
by.
is Jim Capobianco. Excuse
So
me,
he
Jesus.
takes these great works and rips them off as his own. I see.
Yeah, he's the inventor, and he wrote a short called Leonardo.
Yeah, that was written by Olivia
Sorry,
Rodrigo. What are we doing?
bless you. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Excuse you.
Next, Emily Cook. I was kind of hoping Seth would be on here for this because Cook wrote Romeo and Juliet,
Wow.
which
Is
is
that
definitely
Pixar?
some. That's Shakespeare, actually.
It is Shakespeare. God damn.
They also wrote Sherlock Gnomes.
Um, who wrote the Sherlock Holmes books?
I don't know, but this is Sherlock Gnomes. God,
Forrester?
who did write Sherlock Holmes?
I know it.
And 4 episodes of The Imposters.
Arthur Conan Doyle.
I wouldn't have come up with that. 2 more writers. Kathy Greenberg. She wrote the same stuff as Emily Cook, the Romeo and Juliet Sherlock Gnomes, but she also wrote 70 episodes of The L Word. Mom, The L Word. You love that show.
What is it? What's the L word? Loser?
Lesbian.
Oh,
There's a lot.
Brandon's calling her mom a lesbian.
No, but she loves it. It's a 2004 series. Follows the lives and the loves of a group of lesbian women living in Los Angeles, as well as the friends and family members that either support or loathe them.
Too many L's.
And it's got, what's her name?
Too many L's. I'm
Mom,
out.
Mom, what's her name? I
I'm
thought she
out.
was in here. What are you out of?
You said far too many words that began with L.
Loathe and love
Probably
and
starring
lesbian
Lorraine
and
Bracco and Lindsay Lohan and
actually the top 2 are Alicia Haley and Laurel Holloman.
you know what I mean? It's a gimmick show. They probably all walk around like this all day long.
Just making L's with their arms.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
the
not,
L word.
yeah, I'm not for this experimental theater show that your mother likes. Her
And
cracked out acid tripped taste.
and my last writer is Bob Peterson. He wrote, oh, this is a Pixar guy. Finding Nemo,
Bam.
Up,
Woo.
The Good Dinosaur, kind of like a, like an Indeed thing. Oh, wait, I'll look too.
No, me first. Okay.
And then a cast. You've got Brad Garrett, Lou
Great
Romano.
voice. Great
Brad
voice.
Garrett does, yeah. Patton Oswalt,
Amazing voice.
Ian Holm,
Great.
Brian Dennehy, Peter Sohn,
Keep
Peter
going.
O'Toole,
Keep going.
Janine Garofalo,
Nice.
and Will Arnett.
That's pretty cool. If you kept going a little bit more, Remy's brother is voiced by this big New Jersey guy, and he came to our school this year and gave us a gym.
Like a gymnasium?
Yeah, $100,000 worth.
Who is this?
He played Remy's brother,
Emil.
bodied by Jake Steinfeld.
And he goes by Body by Jake?
He does go by Body by Jake.
Oh, interesting.
He played the big rat.
Oh, okay. He's not Emil.
His name is Git.
No, his name's Body by
But
Jake.
it was great. None of the kids knew who he was. He came to our school. He's like, hey, I'm walking here. You kids want to lift the weights? You want to get big and strong like a body by Jake? And we're like, what?
So he's literally
like,
like a New
Oh,
Jersey
he's the
Guido.
hardest New Jersey Guido of all time. Like, here's your fucking weights. Give me some rounds of applause.
And he's on the reservation in Montana and Mission.
Yeah, he's great. He's like, I know this kid. He wants to get fucking big and strong. like a third grader. He like
So he's a fucking jam.
yeah. He's great.
That's awesome. Well, lastly, before we get into some big stuff, a plot is a rat who can cook makes an unusual alliance with a young kitchen worker at a famous Paris restaurant.
It's brilliant. It's so much baked into so little. The key concept being ew rats, they cooking, and then the larger metaphorical concept being like an allegory of creation and like passion and art.
Passion. Yep.
It's so it's so great. I used this as an example of irony for one of my classes. I said, irony, you wouldn't expect a rat to cook because the last thing you'd expect in a kitchen. So like do that as a creative prompt of what is irony. And my favorite one the kids came up with was a tap dancing snake.
Oh hell yeah.
Be a good another Pixar ironic movie idea.
But in the end, it's just a rattlesnake. He's not even tapping.
That'd be a good twist. I'll have to tell that child.
His name is Body by Jake. You'll have to tell him.
Yeah, I'll tell Body by. He's pitching me movie ideas.
Fucking tap dancing snake.
You the English teacher around here, boy? You get this shit made.
And I know we say our scores at the end. This is better than Dougal, I will tell you guys.
Well, I reserve the right to change my Dougal score, which I will do.
And what are you changing it to?
At the end of this episode, I'll reveal.
Oh, okay. Well, how about some history? Because I told you
English teacher.
I told you. I know you're an English teacher. Get Alex in here. It's history time.
I think she's doesn't.
She just doesn't.
She doesn't.
She doesn't want to. She doesn't teach history. She doesn't exist.
No, she's.
Well, some history. It's coming.
It's coming. Paul Revere. Yeah.
The history is cumin. The history is cumin.
It's cumin. It's spicy.
It's coming. Ratatouille is a 2007 American animated comedy drama film produced by Pixar Animation Studios for Walt Disney Pictures. The eighth film produced by Pixar. It was written and directed by Brad Bird and produced by Brad Lewis from an original idea by Jan Pinkava. Development for Ratatouille began back in 2000 when Pinkava wrote the original concepts of the film, although he was never formally named the director of the film. In 2005, following Pinkava's departure from Pixar for lacking confidence in the story development, Brad was approached to direct the film and revise the story. The changes that Brad Bird ended up making, the changes that Brad Bird brought to Jan Pinkava's original story were that he killed off Gusteau, gave more prominent roles to Skinner and Colette, and redesigned the rats to make them look a bit more like rats. Part of the story was initially supposed to take place in the catacombs below Paris, but the idea was dropped when Brad Bird took the project from Pinkava. This was the first Disney Pixar movie to be produced by Disney after they bought Pixar for $7.4 billion. The film received widespread critical acclaim for its screenplay, animation, humor, voice acting, and Michael Giacchino's score. Ratatouille has had different media installments, including video games, theme park attractions, an unofficial musical, and many references in pop culture. It was later voted one of the 100 greatest motion pictures of the 21st century by a 2016 poll of international critics conducted by BBC.
I know Ratatouille was one of those references. A couple things jumped out to me there. A lot of Brads involved. Brad Bird,
A lot of Brads.
Brad Lewis, Brad Garrett. Several Brads in charge of this thing. Rewatching this, I think it probably has snatched the crown back from WALL-E for me. This is, what can you say about it? This is like high art. Drop down into some kids shit.
Which is crazy
because high art.
When you talk to somebody like me or you that's deeply involved in cinema and movies and everything, if you talk about Pixar, the ones that we will say are probably the best will be WALL-E, Ratatouille, or maybe the original Toy Story.
God, they're good.
But then some people that aren't as invested in film would say maybe like Cars, or which is still great. Cars is great, or Monsters Inc. But there is, like you said, an artistic level to this.
Even The
That is
Incredibles. Yes, this is this
the
is like a fucking painter doing some shit.
and
You know what I mean?
we've talked about this. My family did that Pixar bracket, and you were
Yeah.
my family, my
Yeah.
in-laws, and you were the
Tiebreaker.
tiebreaker. And fucking Ratatouille got bumped in the second round by A Bug's Life.
Again, the love Bug's Life, but I don't. It's not saying the stuff with the nuance that Ratatouille is.
The winner was Inside Out. It beat The Incredibles.
We have to redo it again with Inside Out 2 this year.
Yeah, and Inside Out's so fucking. Pixar's just really good.
They know how to make movies, it turns out.
And so they make a lot of movies. They were bought out for $7.4 billion. They've got a lot of money
we
in
did
Disney
that saved
Pixar.
them? Howard the Duck somehow or
Howard
some
the
shit?
Duck saved Pixar, yeah.
Good movie.
Book ending our season. You don't realize the mastermind scheduling that goes in for me when I'm building these.
I do. Thank you.
Podcast
The
schedules.
great branding.
Yeah. But it's budget time. Budget time.
So you said this is the first movie produced or released after Disney's acquisition of them for 7.4.
That's a good question. First one produced after they bought Pixar.
7.4. You would guess that they didn't come in after swinging the 7.4 billion size dick around and say, "Hey, we're gonna skim the corners." So I'll lay down a fat 45 on this. That's not a lot. 50 on this.
The thing is, you're like, oh, but maybe they spent so much of that money that maybe they're gonna hold back just a little bit to see if they can make a profit return.
Maybe.
No, they were swinging their dicks around. It's $150 million budget.
Damn, that's huge.
That's
my initial instincts were right. Yeah.
And then triple those instincts.
They put their weight behind this.
Yeah.
That's great. They fucking knew. Which is like this isn't like necessarily like a princess movie or like a high flying lion movie. You wouldn't expect it has a ton of commercial appeal, like a rat cooking, but it's so well made. It's
correct. Yeah, the animated movies that come out are the ones that have the mass appeal. Like you said, princess, animal based, but not rats. Like you said,
not
lions.
Cooking.
Not cooking. Fucking
Legos.
The Lego movie was huge. Madagascar, Shrek, but $150 million when we rock down to the budget avenue.
So if they made it back is the question. I mean,
correct.
Pixar, they usually do. I think this won Best Animated at the Oscars, so that's more of a feather. I mean, they don't give a fuck anyways. But I'll say opening weekend this made $32 million. I say a lot of people are out to see Ratatouille.
You think they opened at number one?
Yeah.
Pixar usually does open at number one unless there is, and now recent days, like a big action blockbuster. Yeah, a Transformers or a Avengers. It actually came in at 47 million opening weekend.
That's big.
That's
fucking big.
Pulling it in.
I should have asked what day it came out. Damn. U.S. and Canada.
Correct. Are you looking it up over there?
No. I was thinking, can you tell me when it came out?
Sure.
That might inform this still even.
I'll pull that up real quick. I should just start adding that in here because you
do ask that a lot. April or May, I could see a big extended run. If it was like September or October, maybe not.
June 27th.
That's a big run.
That's a good weekend.
I think this made $248 million in America.
Sorry, you're not within 8, but it is over 200 million. It's 206.4 million.
Okay. It's budget, so that's like a verifiable blockbuster. They made
it's already made, 56 million more just domestically. How about worldwide?
All this is gravy then. 490.
China loves their animation. It's $623.7 million.
And France, Europe likes this shit probably.
Yeah, they do, and I mean it's a heavy French film.
That's the. I mean, that is the thing. It's like, who wants to watch? Who gives a shit about cooking? Everybody in the whole world cooks. God damn it!
It's almost like
It's very relatable.
It's almost like you're saying a theme of the film.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That's pretty cool. So, a big successful movie for Mr. Bird and Pixar.
Correct, and I mean, it helps because I don't know if you know about
Yeah.
the Iron Giant, but that was a huge failure.
Really, that wasn't Pixar, I don't believe.
No, it wasn't. But it had a $90 million budget, and it only brought in $39 million.
Yeah, but that might be one of the ones too where I feel like every single kid had that on VHS.
It's so good. No, people don't talk about the Iron Giant enough. Like, not at all. I cry. Who voices the giant? Let me look. Oh, is it Vin Diesel? I think it's Vin Diesel. Like a truck. The Iron Giant. It was Vin Diesel. Yep. And trying to look at the box. Oh shit. Lucas, where'd you go?